Okay, again,
Step right in and see what's happening upstairs.
Again, I want to welcome everybody here to our webinar. Super excited to be here before you today. And we're here talking to some folks from one of our leaders, Mr. Earl Dixon, somebody that I've known for just a little while. But in that little while, I've known him to be a great businessman on different likes. This guy is very knowledgeable with cryptocurrency space, with the money space, and he's building a phenomenal team and helping a lot of people around the world, for that matter, with the ability to be able to invest in this tremendous coin that we're going to talk about here, as well as an opportunity to do something that only 1% of the people of the world actually do and have, and that's purchase and own gold. So some of the things that this company is doing are quite phenomenal, and we feel it an honor to you just to share it to you. So what I want to do is I want to start this video. It's about 15 minutes, but again, I just encourage you to take a little bit of time to basically read through or write down any questions that you have so that we can get those answered at the conclusion. So let me go ahead and get this started.
With Care Bars 4 years. I've been saving and accumulating gold and sharing the story of how the common person can save and acquire gold through a simple system. And I have watched Harold's sites go from the bottom of the circle going all the way around to the completeness with our Care Pay system and now this crypto bank.
This represents freedom, ladies and gentlemen.
This is freedom.
This is the new age. This is current. This is the next level stuff. This is cryptocurrency backed by gold. What does it mean to you personally? What does gold represent?
Gold is everything. For me, it's a goddess. Golden goddess.
I care about gold because gold was here a long time before I got here. It's going to be here a long time after I'm gone. And it's something I can leave to my family that continues to grow, so I'm all for it.
For the people, media class or low class, they don't have a lot of money, to purchase probably 1 ounce, but they can purchase 1 gram or 2.5 or 5.
KBC coin, the first cryptocurrency backed by gold.
Having a cryptocurrency backed by gold, a karat gold coin, gives us the stability to have a payment system come out in crypto that can actually work.
Cryptocurrency is a blockchain and give a lot of people a kind of opportunity to make a lot of money.
Today, on America's Independence Day, we're here with Carrot Coin Bank to represent a new wave of technology that's going to take old school and new school and combine it into something new. We're talking about gold, and we're also talking about the new wave of gold called cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. We're going to step right in and see what's happening upstairs in this historic event.
So now it's time to open our bank here in Miami. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, in the whole world, as our affiliate also in the whole world. And thank you very much for joining this opportunity. And now it's time to open our bank here in Miami.
Open the new world of cryptocurrency with a revolutionary blockchain-based federal crypto bank, Carrot Coin Bank. The gold mine remains its own possession and takes care of the infrastructure, which in turn ensures the physical gold cover. The Carrot Coin Bank has issued 50 billion tokens at 0.07 US cents, with a total amount of $3.5 billion US dollars. The Carrot Coin Bank will use the profits to cover the KBC coin with 0.1 gram gold per coin. Therefore, the Carrot Coin Bank ensures that the KBC will be gold-backed and stable on all exchanges worldwide. The Carrot Coin Bank is going to set up over 1 million of its own ATMs worldwide. Further timely development steps are marked by a separate exchange, by the involvement of the security firm Fort Knox, and by the bank's own payment system Carrot Pay, which is based on its own blockchain. We start from African continent, and we are going to connect the whole world to the KBC payment system on blockchain technology. By the way, the KBC blockchain card is a card to pay for, independent, transparent, and lower in fees than the usual credit cards. In addition to that, first 10,000 buyers of our Profit Card will be offered special deals at special prices. Together, we can build the most stable financial system in the world. Become a part of new crypto world on www.carrotcoinbank.io.
All right. Every time I see that information, I get excited. Boy, I tell you, I get excited because it's an exciting time with this company. And I tell you, we couldn't be more happy to be in front of you today. That's a little bit about the coin itself. I'm just really excited about what's going on with this company, and that you saw the bank opening. So look, let me tell you just a little bit more about what this coin is about, who we are. You saw, but actually before I get started, let me give you this quick disclaimer. We definitely want to make sure that we cover this. We're here today to share information only that has been helpful to others. We want to share the facts in a manner that will allow you to make an independent decision of your own. A good rule of thumb is never to invest any money that it would hurt you to lose. So, on the front screen, you kind of saw a few different folks that we're working with right now. We're part of the Wealth Builders Worldwide Association. We're also part of the union. That gives us, that whole structure gives us a ton of leadership, anywhere from Ty Best, who is a Hall of Fame, international networker, Hall of Famer. And he gives us tremendous leadership. We've got folks like Mike Dalco, Dr. Rozelle, we've got Rodney Roach, this gentleman here, Tony Dublin, who actually brought this to us, those that we call the DMV Wealth Builders Association. That's myself here in the top left. This is Steve Coates, Lewis Young. This is Lewis Young Sr. So, you know, I mentioned, I may or may not have mentioned the fact that I have my brothers, you know, my wife, my children, you know, my father, good friends, cousins, fraternity brothers and the like, folks that I worship with, all a part of what we're going to what we're sharing with you today. So again, on behalf of these business owners here, we want to welcome you. Of course, we're here at the request of Earl Dixon, who's building an international team. I mean, this gentleman, you know, we connecting with folks on the continent of Africa, Canada, I mean, all around the United States. You know, he has a sizable network, and he's doing some phenomenal things. So we definitely appreciate all that he brings to the table. So we're here to talk about this Carrot Coin Bank coin, the KCB. And it's a coin that is going to stir up a lot of curiosity and probably, and we were hoping to build a lot of wealth. There's a lot that's backed in this coin. I mean, it's a debt-free company that we're about to talk about. It's a previous coin that had and broke records in the ICO state. So this coin is actually available to you all as folks that are not involved with this company. You actually can make the very first purchases of these coins, while people like Earl and myself, who are heavily invested in the company, and are some of the company's top associates, you know, we can't even take part in this part of as of yet. But the company understands in taking care of people, so it's focusing on its affiliates, it's allowing us to bring people on board and actually be able to take advantage of gold, owning and possession and acquiring gold, and also a great ICO. You know, so we're excited about that. But here's one thing that, You know, I'm not sure. We have people at all different levels. And some people say, well, I don't know the validity of cryptocurrency. Is it going to be something that's going to be around? But this is something that recently came out, and on the 13th, actually, and I just want to share with you. It's talking about an event that's going to be taking place later next week. But the House of Representatives is giving Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies a big boost by labeling digital currency the future of money, ahead of a key hearing on Capitol Hill. So this key hearing is supposed to happen on Wednesday, July 18th, okay, right around 2 o'clock, and it's supposed to be live streamed or what have you. But this is huge, okay? And remember what we're talking about, the future of money, because you're going to hear that again in a moment. But what I want to do is share with you, this is the front website, first page of the website for this particular coin. And you see what it says here, you know, just reading it, is just saying the central bank for the new world currency, okay? Now you think about that, okay? This is what we're a part of. It's the fabric of real money. We're talking about owning, possessing, and coming up with transactional gold. And that's important, that gold, you know, we can acquire gold, but the thing of it is it's not usually very transactional. Meaning if you need to break it or use a part of it, you can't, okay? And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that. But to tell you a little bit about the old coin, I gotta tell you about the new coin. I gotta tell you about the new coin. I gotta tell you about them both. This was the coin that preceded, this KBC, and Earl and myself are heavily invested in it on this, but this now is only available on the exchange and is soon to becoming one of the biggest exchanges in the world, or not one of the biggest, the actual biggest exchange, which is Binance. And we're all excited about that. But this coin went through some serious growth and broke some serious records within the crypto space. I mean, it's one of the most successful ICOs in the history of cryptocurrency. Now, this company, PricewaterhouseCoopers, came behind and did an audit. They audited the company and they audited the coin. And that's unusual for cryptocurrency because normally there's nothing to valuate. You can't valuate. They did a valuation on this KBC coin, and they came up with some well, we're going to go over what they came up with because you definitely need to know that. But first, I want to give some reference to PricewaterhouseCoopers, okay? And as I said yesterday at a private gold reception, I emphasize the S because most people say PricewaterhouseCooper, but it's PricewaterhouseCoopers, okay, with an S. But anyway, the company is headquartered out of London, the United Kingdom. They're the second largest professional services company in the world. They're one of the big four auditing firms. Vault Accounting 50 ranked PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, the most prestigious accounting firm in the world for the 7th consecutive year, and the top firm to work for or work with in North America for 3 consecutive years, okay? Their network is in 158 different countries, 743 different locations, over 236 employees, and their income last year was over $37 billion in revenue. So I can definitely believe what they have to say because they wouldn't stake $37.7 billion on our billion-a-year company, okay? So understand, this company works with PwC, provides services to 420 out of 500 Fortune 500 companies. So you got 500 of the best companies in the world. And this company right here works with 420 of them. And they also work with us. I believe that's a hint, folks, that we're dealing with a great company, okay? But here's what PricewaterhouseCoopers had to say in their evaluation of the KBC coin. What they said is this right here. One is they confirmed a 1/10 of gram backing of the coin in gold, okay? So it's the first coin in history to ever be backed by physical gold that you can trade in for the physical gold or for its value, okay? Huge, all right? But the counting therefore demonstrates the KBC token at $1.32 and confirms the content and the future value of $10.68 per token. Okay, this is the evaluation of the assets in the coin related to this company. Okay, broke records. So I just want you to see this is a snippet from the actual blockchain. It's the mechanism by which any type of cryptocurrency moves. It's the way it's ledgered in the books as transactions and business transactions or what have you for the purchases and the sales and the movement of anything on crypto. But you can come here and you can search certain ticker letters. So here we search KBC. You see that there were 12 million tokens at the 12 billion tokens that were produced, and they went out to, and matter of fact, they sold in record 4 months a time. This is something the company forecasted would take about possibly 2.5 to 3 years. They sold out in 4 months, okay? And it went to over almost 24,000 different people. This is a private, this is a undergoing that's preceding the launch, okay? And as you see here that it went out to almost, it was transferred out to almost 90,000 different folks, okay? So tons of transactions and things that are like, because multiple people came back and bought over and over again. So you can see, you know, this is about almost 3,600 pages with 50 transactions on them each, okay? Now, I went on here to see, and you can see here, you know, what's really great about this also is it can show you the frequency of which people are purchasing and the quantity. So you can see 30,000, 790, 7,100, you know, so people buy what they want to buy. But I was looking through the ledger during this time, and I remember seeing this page when all of these purchases were being made, but somebody bought over 1 million coins up there on the top, you know, 200,000, 600,000, 800,000. I mean, it was a lot of demand for this coin, and it's no wonder because this company has some of the best people behind in crypto behind these ICOs. So to me, it spells success because these teams have already produced like 11 successful ICOs. Ours being the 12th, and ours was the most productive one ever. Okay. So it excites me. So let me just tell you a little bit about the company itself. Karatbars International, it was founded in Stuttgart, Germany in 2011. And one of the great things that I really do appreciate about this company is the fact that they're the world leader in both the production and sales of secure and transactionable 24-karat gold, folks. Excuse me. Now, what's incredible about that is this part transactionable. Because that's what we really need to understand, is because see, you can go, most of us are familiar with the huge bars that we see that are stored at Fort Knox, those heavy big bars, but they're about $32,000, you know, a bar. And let's just say you had a $2,000 worth of gold, okay, in a bar, and you needed to use $500 of it, $200 of it, $100 of it. What would you have to do in order to get that out of it? What you would have to do is get rid of the entire asset. But because this is transactionable gold, then you can break down any portions of your gold. You can break it down to 50 cents. You can send $100 to your friend or associate overseas in a matter of seconds, okay? Through this thing we're talking about down here, this revolutionary carat pay system, okay? So it's a huge value in getting gold this way, okay? And the company made it so that it was affordable to people like us. And that's further exciting, okay? So understand that the company is debt-free, and that's important as well. It's an e-commerce company. Somebody said to me, man, what is this, another one of those network marketing schemes? And I said, first and foremost, listen, I mean, you know, or pyramid schemes. And I was like, look, you know, that's what he said. He says, this is another one of those pyramid schemes. And I said, man, pyramids are illegal. Pyramids aren't allowed. The pyramids aren't allowed to open up in like 125 different countries. Okay, they're illegal. You know what I mean? And he said, no, I just meant like another one of those like network marketing things, man. Not you know. And I said, well, technically speaking, this company is an e-commerce company. They're built like any other sales company out here in the world. Okay, whereas if you sell something, you make a commission on it. You produce product, you make a commission. Okay, that's an awesome side of the business part of this thing, because we can share free gold savings accounts with people, and they can spend no more money than what they normally would on a regular month. They were just shifting some of their money from one currency, which is not backed by anything, which is your dollar, okay, and put it and back it in something else that gains in value and beats inflation, okay. okay, gold, all right? So most of us are saving, if not, we should be, okay? But I'll talk to you a little bit about that in a moment. But again, this company did over $100 million in revenue sales before we even got into this crypto space, okay? But again, the company also launched this pay system. This Carrot Pay system is much like PayPal or Square Cash app, okay? Only the currency that moves through here is backed by gold, okay? So it has a real value to it. Again, I really want to make sure I emphasize that, because what's so important is with this company really specializing in the production and sales of high quality gold products in small transaction friendly weights, okay? So these are quantities you might not be able to spend the $30,000 or $60,000 on some of these big bricks of gold, but we can buy it right now in smaller quantities that we can afford. As a matter of fact, we help people set up free savings accounts so that they can start saving money in gold, okay? And then if you need to use it, then bam, you go ahead and you use it. There's a whole system available to you to use it, or you can download it to a debit card or what have you. So here's the thing, folks. Harold Seitz, he's a visionary. He's been recognized in many, many different magazines all across the world. He's a European senator. They know him. They mention him and call him the King of Gold. Okay, he's an author. Remember, I told you, remember the Future of Money? This is his book that he authored about 5-6 years ago. Okay, the Future of Money. So I'm just wondering, and you start thinking about how things are transpiring here. It's a lot of great things that's going on. And remember, I said this is a debt-free company, right? Listen to this. You got a debt-free company that just purchased $900 million gold mine. Once excavated, the gold coming out of that mine is worth over $4.5 billion. A company that just acquired rights to another mine out in Papua New Guinea, what have you. A company that just opened up the very first cryptocurrency bank of its kind around the world in Miami, Florida. They bought and took over a 200-year-old bank, okay? Privately owned bank, folks. It's huge. But check out this mission, okay? Remember, debt-free, right? My mission is to produce the highest quality gold available to the market, make it easily accessible to the masses of honest people around the world at a price point everyone can afford. My goal is that Carrot Bars helps millions find financial freedom from the current system of debt. Now you think about our federal government being in debt, okay? We think about some of the companies that we work with that are not profitable, that are in debt. In many cases, most of us are in debt, okay? But we got a company, a billion-dollar company here that is debt-free, and their mission is to help people like you and I obtain financial freedom from the current system of debt. I can wrap my head around that, folks. And when it's pertaining to the first money, the money that God created, God said that there was abundance of gold in the Garden of Eden. Okay, that's what He said. He said it was in the inhabitants, the whole area. It encompassed the whole area of Ethiopia. It says it. Check it out in the Bible. Check it out in the King James Version, where it won't say something like Cush. Okay, but we even know what Cush means. Okay, you can't hide that from blackness. You follow me? But I'm not here to preach to you. But my emphasis is that gold is the first, and it's the real, and it's the only real money, folks. And that's why we need to own it. It's less than 1% of the world that owns gold. But listen, if you're part of this organization, within our organization, I guarantee you there's 90%, if not almost closer to 100 that own gold, okay? Because it's physically good. Let me just explain to you why. What this company does and the way they make it easy for you to own gold is, let's just say you're saving $300 a month. You're putting that in your savings account. Maybe you're just saving it for a vacation or a trip for a rainy day, for emergencies or what have you. But you're stacking $300 in there. Guess what? You're getting a little bit of interest. You think you're doing well, but guess what's hitting you? Inflation from the backside. 10, 20 times greater than the little fractions of interest that you're making on your money. So you stack 300, and then all of a sudden you got $2,000, $20,000 in the bank sitting in there. And guess what? You save that much money, but it does not have that much buying power because of inflation has robbed some of your money, folks. So what we do is we say, listen, take $300 of that. You got $300 that you saving. Take $80 of that, buy some gold, and take the other $220 and put it where you would normally put it. So now what you're doing is you're hedging your bet on inflation, because gold beats inflation every single year since the beginning of time. Okay, it's like I said, it's the original money. So that's what we help folks do. And this is why. Since the Great Depression in 1932, the dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power, while gold has risen 6,200%. Now listen, the former Federal Reserve Chairman, Alan Greenspan, in the absence of the gold standard, there is no way to protect savings from confiscation through inflation. There is no safe store value. Two things in here I want to make plain to you. The latter, I'm going to tell you what a safe store value is if you don't know. And I don't want to assume that you don't, but if you don't, I'm going to share that with you. But check this out. In the absence of a gold standard, that's when the dollar was backed by gold, okay? So in the absence of gold standard, it's not backed by anything anymore. There's no way to protect the money that you're putting in the bank, saving, from confiscation through inflation. Something invisible that's just coming and zapping and taking the value of the money. It's confiscating the value of your money because there's no safe store value, okay? That's the former chairman of the folks that control all of the money that flows through our country, okay? So let's talk about what a safe store value is. It's an asset that can be saved, retrieved, exchanged, be predictably useful in the future by retaining purchasing power. Now, isn't that how you want your money to be? You want it saved, you want to be able to retrieve it, exchange it, and for it to retain its purchasing power or be worth more than what it was when you put it there. That's part of the whole concept of putting your money in the bank so you can draw interest. But they don't tell you about the inflation that's confiscating your wealth, right? Safe store value, 1950, $1,100 got you this brand new Ford truck. Or you could have spent 30 ounces of 24 karat gold. Fast forward to last year, a brand new truck now costs you $42,000, okay? Or the same 30 ounces of 24 karat gold. What would you rather have, the cash or the gold, okay? Understand, you're not spending any more money. All you're doing is taking some of the money that you currently have that's not backed by anything, and you're moving it over here into this free gold account and saving your money over here, okay? You also can participate in buying some of that cryptocurrency stuff, and you can also get involved with this business. But as a minimum, start taking some of that money and moving it from this currency, which is backed by nothing, to this currency over here that's backed by physical gold. And gold is an asset, okay? All right, so I'm hoping I'm driving it home. But this is why you want to save in gold rather than paper. In 1971, okay, that's when Nixon took the monetary system, the gold backing out of the dollar, okay? So you could buy a gram of gold for $1, okay? 1 gram of gold could get you 5 loaves of bread. $1 will get you 4 loaves of bread, okay? Fast forward to today, that 1 gram of gold will buy you 20 loaves, but that dollar won't get you a loaf. Barely it won't even buy you a sandwich unless you ordering off the dollar meal over at McDonald's or what have you. But here's the thing. One further example, you saved $1,000 in 1971, or you could have bought 24.6 ounces of gold. Today, that $1,000 in savings only has a buying power of $1.65. Of $165. I'm sorry, $165. That's just what it seems like with these large percentages. But here's the thing: this gold, 24.6 ounces of gold. Look what it's worth, $32,000. Which would you rather have, the cash or the gold? Okay, so that's what this company does. It makes it available to you in portions of which you can afford to buy some of the best quality gold out here. You can buy 1 gram, 2.5 grams, or 5 gram bars with this. It's 999.9% pure, and it's LBMA accredited refinery. That's who does the packaging of this gold. It's packaged in a way that is huge, folks, because what it does is it allows us to come in, set up a free gold savings account, but we also becoming an affiliate of the company because we're running a business that we share the card. We share this. We use it as advertising. We show it to people, okay? And we advertise it. So we purchase the coin. We write it off. Not coin. I'm sorry. We purchase the card, the gold. We purchase the gold. We write it off, and then we own the asset. We purchase the gold. We write it off for business purposes. It's a business expense and a purchase that we have to do every month. Basically, not mandatory, but as a business owner, this is what I do because I'm consistently advertising my business. Okay, and that's what this is. So I write it off, and then I own my asset. And what's really awesome is after a year of doing that, meeting some other requirements, you can buy 1 gram of gold and actually get 1 gram for free. Okay, and you can work it up all the way to 25 grams of gold monthly free, okay, when you purchase the one. All right, so some other things that apply there, but it's a great promotion, and that's what we're talking about here. 12 months of consistent saving, and you're rewarded through the Gold Loyalty Bonus Savings Plan, and it gives you 1 to 25 grams monthly free, as long as you've met some other requirements, and boom. It's very easy. It's something that all of us are working towards, and there's many folks that are benefiting from it every month. So here's the thing. Set your free gold savings account up, and this is why, folks. Understand. I just want to share this with you. Let's just say you save paper money, okay, for $300 a month from 1992 to 2012. You would have saved $72,000. Yet the purchasing power would only be worth $46,000. That means you've lost $16,000 in this deal due to the decline of the paper money. But same amount, but you just invested it in gold. Look at what your purchasing power is now, $236,000. That's a profit of $164, $164,000. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with my numbers today, but that's a difference of $180,000. I mean, how long can we keep taking losses like this when we're talking about we're working with our retirement money and we're saving for retirement? Okay, so we're losing this much value. Not only that, but you're not even accounting for the fact that, let's say you save $1 million, and $1 million sounds like a lot to some people, but $1 million is $100,000 for 10 years. After you retire, how long do you plan on living? When your money is losing buying power at this rate, and your money is you're losing so much value at that particular rate. For how long do you think it's going to last? Okay, so you have that going for you, and not only that, but you still got to pay Uncle Sam also as you start. Remember that money was deferred, so you got to pay Uncle Sam out of that too, right? So 1/3 of that, it ain't even $1 million no more that you're working with. You're working with about less than $700,000. So you got 7 years to live off of that. All right. So, and it buys much less money, but it has much less buying power. Okay. So we got to start making some better decisions. Okay. Why not open a business, start a business that's going to allow you to write off a tangible asset because you use it in your business. And it's better that you talk to a tax professional about that. That's what I do. And, but you're taking care of that avenue, and it opens you up to other tax write-offs. Okay. So you're writing off with this asset that you're acquiring because you're using it in your business. And then all of a sudden you start getting free gold. And you got a business that's actually allowing you to make your money in euros. And you get this international debit card that it comes on. And it's exciting, folks. But here's the thing. I know you're going to want to do your research, but just understand this. When a company has done what this company has done so far, you're just researching and researching. Okay, the LBMA, who certifies and packages out gold, they work with like 50 of the top gold companies in the world, and we're one of them. All right, we're licensed in over 125 different countries. FedEx, we're FedEx's largest international client. This company is shipping more gold to households around the world, all around the world, than any other company is shipping their product. Okay, so it's huge. All right. They're our partner. We ship so much, they actually have their home office within our home office in Stuttgart, Germany. Okay, huge. MasterCard, that's where our money comes down to. Offer that to them, international debit card that's between you, it's private issue, and it pays you in euros, and it's a great thing because euros, I love it because it's an international debit card that you can use anywhere in the country. Your funds will convert to the country of the land that you're in when you insert it into the ATM. So you're in Europe, you're gonna get euros. If you're in England, you're gonna get pound. If you're in Maryland and you're at your local Wawa, you withdraw $20. You get that nice crisp $20 bill, but you look at your balance and it's only depleted by say $17. Okay, because you're getting paid in euros, which are more valuable than US dollars. Okay, it's a great thing, folks. But here's the thing: the Vatican, the largest religious organization that we know, every year, 3 years in a row, 100,000 of these cards ordered. They put the Pope's face on it and they sell it as fundraisers rather than selling chicken dinners. Okay, thousands of satisfied customers and affiliates around the world, folks. Check it out. What we say is good. So let me just tell you how you acquire this. Okay, the one other thing that I talked about starting a business. I talked about just plain out investing in gold or doing both. I talked about the coin, but understand this is how it all comes in pieces together. What you would be doing is actually like buying a franchise. Okay, this is our biggest package. You can see what it costs in euros and you can see the approximate cost in USD. The reason it's approximate is one, because we're buying three things that vary in price. Okay, one is gold, two is we're paying in euros, and you're using USD. All three of those, the prices on those can move up or down in any way. And so usually it's not by much. So this is an approximation. Okay, so with this package, you got to think about each package as being a type of franchise that you're buying. So I don't know that Costco's is a franchise, but I'm going to use them as an example, okay? This would be like having a Costco. That would be like getting a business that might pay you $500,000 to $1 million a year because it's a high volume type of business, okay? So that's what this would be. So you would earn 20% direct commission. So if somebody under you, somebody that you introduce to this company, and they say, hey, I want to buy the same package that you got, they buy this, you make 20%. 20% of this right here in euros, okay? So for that, that's what you get. You get that commission rate, and then you also get this per cycle. This is a dual team cycle where everybody that is on that within the business on a certain side can only place to your left or right. So you're going to go on somebody's left or right, and that's the only two places that anybody can put. Folks, it's one to the left, one to the right. So you benefit from a lot of people. And every time money flows through those organizations, it creates a commission for you, which we call a cycle. And it will pay you 80 euros, which is about $100, okay? You're also going to get about 3.1 grams of gold, and in euros, 920 euros worth of the coin that we talked about, okay? The Carat Coin Bank coin, okay? So that's a great thing because you got gold, you got a great business position, and you've got coins, okay? Next is the gold package, okay? You can see what it costs in euros. You can see the USD price down here. It drops in commission down to 15, but it's still great, okay? You get 60 per cycle, and I'll talk about what cycles are as well. But cycles are when you get units, 50 on one side, 25 on the other, and it generates this as a cycle payment, okay? Every time that happens, it never flushes, meaning that you're going to eventually, as you keep working, you'll work up to it. This package is 100 units, okay? So again, each time that happens, somewhere in that dual team, which is everybody growing, so you benefit from other people's efforts here. That's leverage, folks. And I love the way John Paul Getty put it. He said, I'd rather have the efforts of 1% of the efforts of 100 people rather than 100% of my own efforts. And that's because, you know, all he needed was a small portion of all of those 100 people's activities and income, and it added up to 100%. So he could have his time and his freedom at the same time, okay? So that's what we're talking about. So here, you got the benefit. This is 50 units. Here's a gold, silver. We're talking about 10% commission now, $40 per cycle, 20 units a cycle. You're getting $170 worth of the coin, 1.1 grams of gold, and you see the price right here. You know, for me, I honestly think that this is the minimum where you should come in at. But I'm not saying that if you got to come in at this right here, you can always upgrade it any other time, but it's going to cost you the cost of another package unless you do it before July 31st, okay? If you do it before July 31st, If you start out here and you want to bump up to the gold or the silver, you pay the difference of those packages, okay? But this level, you get 5% commission, okay? And remember, it's 5% even if you got a person and that person said, you know what, I want to get the VIP. Then you get 5% of that VIP package, okay? You get 20 euros per cycle. This plan generates 5 units, and you're going to still even get $62.50 worth of the coin in euros, okay? So those are the 4 packages that you can participate in, or you can just set up a free account, okay, and just save gold. That's something that's the minimum. Support the person's business, make a generation legacy type of decision change, or by taking advantage of at least just saving the gold, you know. But then I say make money on it, because here's an example. This is 5 people that come on board, or 6 people that come on board, and well, 5 people that actually come on board under you, and all of y'all get the same VIP package. Remember, that's 100 units each. Okay, you're making 20% of each package, so you can kind of see what you're going to make there. $2,000 in direct commissions. Okay, that's huge. Not only that, but the dual team. Remember, one side or the other. 25 units over here, 50 units over here generates what? The dual team bonuses. And so you're going to get whatever that was per package. So you know this is going to happen regardless, okay? So that's why you choose the larger package, because you're going to do the same thing. Why not make more? So then you stretch on the package, okay? But what it's going to do is now it pays you this much in dual team bonuses, and you just earned this much, okay? The great thing about this, you do this in 5 weeks, and you get a free promotion, a free upgrade to the next particular level, okay? That's huge, all right? That's a great savings, man, and it's a great income boost. You can do it twice within the first 5 weeks, okay? You can do it in the first 5 days. But here's the thing, you generate this much income, okay? So what business, you know, get started and can be in profit mode in 1 month, 5 days, in 5 weeks, you know, 15 days, however many, you know, it takes to do what it does. But the one great thing about this is that people are doing it, okay? So it's something that people can do, all right? Now, this is what the income looks like, about $900 when you drop down to the gold package, okay? And here's the thing, we can select auto pay, and what we do when we're buying our gold on a monthly basis, okay, when you start to make money and income in this business, you can be on auto save. So every month, you know, when you make 200 euros, they're going to send you 1 gram of gold, and they'll put the difference on your card, on your international debit card. Okay, that's the international debit card backed by MasterCard, if you will. So again, you know, the more you make, the more grams you'll get. So this is actually like, you know, so like we buy a gram every month, but if you're doing the business part, you know, if you get one this way, then you don't buy the 1 gram. But if you want another gram, you just go ahead and buy it like you normally would have. Hopefully I didn't confuse you there. But here's the thing. We do a lot through associations, coming together, through working together. You know, one thing that really intrigues me about my community, the African-American community, is that we have about $14 trillion worth of buying power, but that money circulates less than 1 time in our community. It goes outside. So it's hard for us to have business and run businesses because we don't support each other. Okay, but if we did, then we're taking advantage of business principles and God principles of association. Because God says, where 2 or more gather, there am I. And so that means that we can have success as a group. We can come together. You see, you know, some people, you may not even be spiritual, but because I believe that because that's God's law, his principle, it governs the world regardless. And I think that's why you can have somebody that's doing something illegal, but they can have success because that principle is that they're doing it together. They've created a successful union in the organization that basically can kind of do almost what it wants to do, you know, and that's achieve its success. So what we've done is we've associated with these guys here. This is Kevin Robertson, Rodney Roach. They provide awesome leadership. This is myself. These are the 2 guys that were featured in the other video. You heard them give personal testimonials. They went down to Miami. I didn't. But here's the thing. These 3 guys right here, you know, our team kind of stemmed from us. Okay, and this we achieved this through Wealth Builders Worldwide. We were able to achieve this because this is what we did through our own personal abilities. we went out and talked and started helping people and bringing people and making people part of this organization, you know. And that's how we met, you know, Earl, you know. So we met Earl, and now Earl is doing the same thing, and he's on his way to being recognized as well, because he's one of the top leaders, and I can't wait until we can put his name there. But we want to put your name there also. We want to bring, and we want to open, and we want to expand the sphere of service, of service to our people, service to the world, because this is something that we need to invest in, man, and it's gold. So what I want to do is I'm going to open up real quick, and I'm going to turn this thing over to a gentleman that I truly respect. This gentleman knows 110% of the facts. He loves to help people. He's very, very down to earth. He knows how to make income. What I love about him most is that he has an open heart, and regardless of how busy he is, he's always sharing things, positive things that can help people move from A to B and get that much closer to legacy wealth. That wealth that you as a grandfather, a grandmother, a great-grandfather, a great-grandmother, those great-great-grandkids know you because great-great-great-uncle so-and-so or granddad so-and-so, grandmother so-and-so left this for the family, and I'm able to go to college because of it. I have this trust fund available to me because of it, okay? So that's the kind of legacy we got to start leaving behind for our people, regardless of who we are. You follow me? So I'm just excited because that's the kind of gentleman that Earl Dixon is. He helps people like that in those particular situations. And I get excited about that because that's what I'm about. So what I'm gonna do now is I want to turn this over to a gentleman that I truly respect, Mr. Earl Dixon. I'll turn this over to you, sir.
Can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear.
Hey guys, I'm really excited about what's going on. You know, I've been doing this cryptocurrency thing now for a while. I consider myself a cryptocurrency expert. Okay, but with Carrot Balls, it just took me to a totally different level. You know, when I'm watching nations around the world sell off our notes, okay, our treasury notes, to back their currency with gold. You got nations doing it. You know, my ears up against the wall. I'm seeing exactly what's going on. You know, and a lot of people being distracted. You know, what's going on with the news. But I'll tell you right now, like Al said a few minutes ago, we need to come together. Okay, I don't care what color people you are around the world. You need to build wealth and to protect your family as well. And the biggest thing I'm excited about is this. I've had gold in the past, and I've had family members that have gold. And I watched them be in need. And they would take their gold to the pawn shop. Okay? And the pawn shop will only give them pennies on the dollar whenever they needed money for other things. And here's a company that's bringing gold, making gold accessible to every person around the world in any increment that you need it. And guys, they don't just give you pennies on a dollar, they even give you opportunity to make gold on gold. So I'm really excited about what's happening. I just encourage you guys to stay plugged in, okay? Set up yourself your free gold savings account, get yourself a package, get the coin, because you're gonna get coins whenever you get that package. Like Al said a few minutes ago, you know, we're not even able to get those coins yet. Okay, but when you buy your package now, you can actually get access to those coins that we'll be getting very soon. So I'm really excited about the old coin and where this company is going. The future of money is not coming. The future of money is here. Coming back to you, Al.
You're so right. You are so right. You are so right there. Hey, listen, man, I'm trying to tell you, dude, man, you pump me up, man. You pump me up, man. You got me already. I'm ready to get started all over again, man. You know, I'm gonna tell you, I was getting ready to walk out the door, man, and go to this meeting. But man, I'm so glad I'm sitting here with y'all right now, man. I'm just trying to tell you now, man. So listen, you keep doing what you're doing, sir, because it's a pleasure working with somebody that's knowledgeable and somebody I think that mirrors a lot of the energy that I have with this, man. Because I don't fake when it comes to sharing this with people, and that's what you do. You share this with folks, man, because you believe in it, just like I do. So, man, let's just keep helping people, man, and the good man upstairs, I believe, is going to look out for us. You know?
Glory to God. Thank you, Al. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, listen, folks, with that, what I want to do right now is is open up for questions, okay? And the reason I want to do that is because there's basically three types of people, okay? And the first type of person says, hey, you know what, this is not for me. And that's fine because everything is not for everybody. But one thing that is for everybody is saving up for that rainy day, saving up for retirement, and knowing that our money is there. So, you know, protect yourself, get a gold savings account, support the person's business that invited you to this webinar, and or also think about investing in this coin, okay? But we respect you. You know, you might know somebody. Share that with the person who invited you to this. The second type of person says, hey, you know what? I have questions, okay? So stick around. At the conclusion of this webinar, we want to answer all of your questions, because the last thing we want you to do is walk away from here as somebody that knows nothing about what we're doing, what they think about it, okay? Because you won't find any two better people in this company to answer your questions better than that man, Earl Dixon, and myself. So we want to make sure that we get your questions answered so that you can do what we did, and let's get started in this business. And the third type of person says, hey, you know what? Man, when you said gold and you said ICO coins and you said I can start acquiring gold and I can make money when I help other people acquire too, hey man, that's all I needed to know. I'm ready to go. Okay, so listen, we looking for ones, we looking for twos, and we looking for threes. So what we're looking for you to do is just let Earl Dixon know, hey, listen, I'm a one, I'm a two, or a three. But if you're a two, I'm ready to take care of you right now, because we're going to open this call up. All you need to do is look for that menu button, and you can hit your unmute button, and you can ask any question you want right
Hello, Earl. Hey, Earl. Don't laugh at me, Earl. Don't you laugh at me. You know, and it's ironic that I'm on this webinar today, because I just talked to Earl about this yesterday, didn't I not, Earl? We had a conversation. He answered a lot of my questions yesterday, and he gave me a lot of information that I was looking for. And even watching this, it provided me with additional a lot more answers to the questions that I had and the things that he and I talked about yesterday. So, and I'm glad that he recorded this, because I'm ADHD, so I got to look at it again.
Sounds good, sounds good. Well, listen, let me tell you, let me share this with you. Get your questions answered, get everything you need to know, because I'm telling you, Earl is helping a lot of people. And he shared this with you. One thing that tells me about you is that he's somebody that he would like to work with in business. That's what it tells me. And so the one thing that we can do in business is sometimes we can overthink things. So don't you know, you don't need to know as much as Earl Dixon does. Earl's been doing this for a long time. I've been doing it for a long time as well. And I don't want to like insult your intelligence, because you may have been doing something like this for a long time too. I don't know. But the one thing I don't want you to do is I don't want you to wait too long. Because when we talked about that dual team, see, Earl is building a team very, very, very fast, okay? And there's a lot of people that are getting started. So when you actually go ahead and you set up a gold savings account straight away, that actually puts you in a little slot in Earl's organization, okay? And you're there. So when he's talking to people tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that, and they see this webinar and they say, you know what, I'm ready to get going, guess what? It's a 50-50 chance that they can wind up underneath of your free spot, okay? But the thing of it is if you decide I want to be a part of this business, and you go ahead on and instead of just holding that free spot, you go ahead on and select one of them franchises we talked about earlier, a bronze, a silver, a gold, or a VIP pack. Then as Earl does that, you now actually start accruing those units that pay out. So, and you own the coin. So that you may also you should see the value, because that's what everybody's really talking about, is this coin, because that coin is like gold, okay? And so you've already solidified and put it in there. So then you got you a nice little spot held. So hopefully you're choosing to come on and run with us straight away. But if you need to wait a little bit, guess what? Your spot is held, it's growing, and it's working for you. And you can still start acquiring the gold for yourself and still be in position to write it off because you are in an active business.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying with you is don't think you got to know what we know, because all you got to be able to do is do what Earl did, is invite people to this webinar, and we'll talk to them for you.
Okay. Well, I've known Earl for quite a while now. Me and him been working together a long time.
Okay. Sounds good. That's what's up.
You're on mute, Earl.
Yeah, that's my sister. That's my partner in crime. You know, hey, Rob, this is real, and I love you, Rob. I love your spirit. Like I said, even when I go to the Philippines, I'm taking you with me. Hey, guys, this is real. So check this out. So, Rob, the first digital currency in the world backed by physical gold is gonna catch on. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna. I mean, I'm a cryptocurrency. Listen, with the news he showed y'all a few minutes ago, he showed you that article. Okay, where the House of Representatives is really voting on cryptocurrency. And trust me, they already got the green light. So it's just going to make it official. I'm gonna tell. Listen, guys, wherever you are around the world, I just want you to see this video. Listen, if you think when Bitcoin hit 20,000, we was at a $700 billion a day market cap. Guys, it's predicted that when the institutional investors come out very soon, like this news that Al just showed you, guys, some people sit out there saying, why is Bitcoin so low right now? Because the institutional investors are putting their platforms together. They're putting their platforms together right now. And guess what? We got the first, let me say it again, the first cryptocurrency backed by gold. So the only thing you got to do, get set up, make it official, get your first package when you can, as soon as you can. Get yourself in position, because we're gonna rock this. We're gonna help people all around the world. And you got a very large network too, and we're not restricted to just America. Okay, and if those people begin to come in, because I was giving an example earlier today. You know, with Zimbabwe, money is at zero. There's nations around the world that need to protect their what? Their family's wealth. Okay. And if Al is still out there, Al, when you guys first came to this platform, they didn't come looking for no coin. They came because a couple of contractors on the platform was looking for a way, and they did some. Tell us about that, Al. How they were looking for a way to have a great store of value for some of the money they had already made.
That's it, man. It was just about buying the gold, start saving our money in gold. You know, it's folks in all different levels in this company. And there's some folks that I'm working with, man. I mean, these guys, they drive Porsches and Maseratis, okay? And they are successful in business, man. And what they realized, they made like $1,000. They had like $200 and some odd $1,000 just sitting in the account, and they got $1,000 statement at the end of the year. Well, like, as a matter of fact, it was $250-something that they made in interest off of almost over $250,000 for over a year. And they were like, wait a minute, this is crazy. We need to start doing something else with our money. Okay, and that's what they wanted to do, was we started looking into buying gold. And then that's when this came through the door. And that's what attracted us to gold. And then we were already involved in crypto. So when we heard that there was a coin coming later, we was like, wait a minute, let's take a look at that. And then just through asking all of the questions, we found out that we was dealing with one of the largest and best organizations in the country for getting involved with on the business side. So we just got involved to the fullest extent possible. And right now we're heavily invested in the coin. We're looking forward to the opportunity to find a new coin. We own gold, and we're building teams profusely out here sharing this with other people, you know. And that's why we're on the phone with you, and that's why I was supposed to be in a meeting right now. I got people with guests at that meeting, but you know what? It's people there that can take care of them, you know. But if I wasn't here to do this, then who was here to take care of y'all? So I got that much respect for this man y'all know called Earl Dixon. So here I am, you know. So hopefully, you know, I said something or he said something that would inspire you to take an immediate action and getting started. And in this way, what you can do is tomorrow, between the night and tomorrow, you can invite some folks to this webinar, and they can be on the next one at 7:30, and we can start letting this thing go and grow viral. You know, that's what it's about. You know, right now, I started this thing in March. I started this in March. March 14th, I signed up the very first person. That was my wife. And since then, we've got about 150 people a part of the team. You know, I personally have brought on, you know, somewhere close to about 30, 35 people, you know, and it's grown to, you know, a huge organization, man. And I'm excited by that. And, you know, I kind of, lately, I've been more helping other people than bringing on new people now that, you know, I brought on so many and the team has grown so fast. But, you know, this month, I'm focusing on bringing me on another 10 to 20 people this month. So, and the month that I'm talking about started on the 11th. So that's really my commitment. When I say bringing somebody on, is finding somebody that wants to increase their financial situation and build legacy type of wealth. So I want to link arms with people like that. That's what we're about. And we're about taking this to the masses, man, because we're helping people and we're benefiting by doing something good, you know. So I ain't gonna try to oversell you, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely here if you have any additional questions. You know, Mr. Tate, if you got a question or what have you, and Robin, you know, if you have any additional questions or what have you.
Yeah, Tate, if you unmute Tate, Roddy Tate actually went and bought a package. If you can unmute Roddy, last week, and he's aboard. He's sharing the vision. He's gonna help me here in Durham, North Carolina. He's gonna be on the team in Durham, North Carolina, to help me in North Carolina to be. We used to be a part of a company called Gold Trust about 25 years ago. Okay, wow. Yeah, for real. And we know God done brought this full circle. He done brought this thing full circle. Let me tell you something. Bro, I'm buying clothes now with gold lace. Look, what I'm saying is right here.
You go.
Listen. What I'm saying is this. See, it's all about mindset, guys. You know, you got to really step into that space. When God opened the door, you got to step into that thing. Okay? And you got to be about it. If you say you're going to get a new car, you can sit at home all you want to and say, I'm going to get a new car. But until you get out and go get that car, ain't nothing going to happen. So I pray to God and I ask him to be able to bless me the way I have been blessing folks. And let me tell you, he didn't just deliver just anything. Man, he delivered gold and he put it right in the palm of my hand. Do you think I'm not going to accept that? Whoa. So Roddy Tate, coming back to you, Roddy, I want you to talk about what you're feeling right now. You know, what you seen, you did some research. How you feeling about what you see right now?
I'm very excited about what I see, especially cryptocurrency that's backed by gold. I mean, you can't beat that. And all the power that the company has, you know, a company that's almost 10 years old and has plenty of assets, just not a fly-by-night company, but a company that we and believe can depend on. And the way the owner is stepping up and doing things that we haven't really ever seen before. And he's actually just putting a blessing right in our hands. Like you said, we just got to receive it.
Well, thank you, Rod. I really appreciate that.
So you said it's going to be another call tomorrow night at 7:30?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And we can invite some people. Okay.
And Robin, as a strategy, I just suggest you know, get your free savings account set up. Just go back there and get your KYC filled out. Listen, as people come, as they begin to hear the new revolution, where are we going? And we finally got access. We got access to back how fiat currency will go. Look, you get in where you can fit in. So you may come. What you want to do is get yourself in a position to be able to share it. And when they come and they say, man, it could be people out there right now saying, I got to go take my money out of the bank right now. Because you just saw where Al said some of the construction guys had a $250,000. They were like, $250 for $250,000 for letting my money stay in the bank for a year? They were like, no, we got to find a better store of value to get a return on our money. Our money got to work for us, you know. So check out other people coming to the platforms, okay? As the word get out and people start saying, you mean I can really take my fiat currency and back it with gold through this program? So people going to begin to do it. The number one goal is to get you to just get yourself in position. They already made a purchase. I helped her make a purchase already, but we're going to make her official. Thank you, Robin.
All right.
All right now.
And Earl, I'll get with you. Is the webinar tomorrow going to be on the same link?
Yeah,
Yep.
Miss Al, it'll be the same one, right?
The same one. I just changed the old link. I saw a link. They sent me a text that I could use my telephone number and make it the new number. So I just changed it over. So the new number that's the only difference. That's what I sent out today. It's got my 301-440-53 in there. The new bridge. So
awesome.
All right, Earl, I know. Look, Earl, you're gonna put your creative skills together, and we're gonna get some people on this call tomorrow. Okay.
Let's get it.
Make one of your good flyers. Make one of your good flyers, and we'll send it out.
I'm gonna hook you up, babe. I'm gonna put you around the front cover. I'm gonna hook you up. I know what you're talking about. I got you.
Make mine gold and purple.
I
got you, girl. She said she loved purple and gold, so we're gonna hook you up.
Oh, hey man, I need in on that. I need in on that.
I already know the deal on that. I already know the deal on that.
I need in on that.
Yeah. So guys, I'm really excited, guys. I just want to congratulate everybody who came to the platform tonight, because you're sitting in a $1 million seat. I'm just telling you that right now. And as the world began to catch on, you know, Bitcoin is great, but it's not backed by gold. Okay, and I love Bitcoin. Okay? But when you're talking about, listen, guys, I want you to get this. And I'm gonna shut up. I ain't gonna say nothing. You guys need to go to Google and look at what they call tokenized assets. Tokenized asset through the blockchain that's changing the world. But guess what? We just talking about any asset. We talking gold.
That's the game changer right there, that gold.
We're talking about gold. That's the game changer right there. And guess what? We sit in the front seat. We sit in first class right now. Ain't no coach for us. So guys, I want to close it out with this right here. Come back over to you, Al. Let you close it out. And if this recording is going to be available for us to share it with anybody you want to share it with, and just get them over here. And don't try to do the business. Don't try to tell the business. Just let Al do what he do. And then by default, you guys are going to learn what to do. I appreciate it. Thank you, Al.
All right. You're welcome, sir. Y'all have a good one. God bless.
All right.
All right, good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot. All right. Thank you. Wow.